contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from the island of Tonga, Lei'D Tapa.
Get set. What a treat. Knockouts action this week on Xplosion. What a way to kick things off. Professor Mike today. Lei'D Tapa taking on Gail Kim. And a matchup that we have seen these two broken apart. Now at odds at different sides of the fence. And tonight we're going to see them lock horns on Xplosion.
Always special when we have the knockouts on Xplosion. And the Amazon Lei'D Tapa against a very familiar opponent, as you mentioned.
And our opponent from Toronto, Canada, Gail Kim!
Year after year, this woman, Gail Kim, voted #1 female wrestler in the world.
True.
By websites, by magazines, by everyone. Gail Kim certainly has shown her dominance in Impact Wrestling in a very storied career since arriving, becoming the very first Knockouts champion years ago, all the way to today, where she stands across the ring from a former foe, former friend, now foe in Lei'D Tapa.
Yeah, hard to deny those credentials for Gail Kim. 3 times she has held the Knockouts championship. And while Madison Rayne has more title reigns than Gail Kim, in terms of overall time with the championship, Gail #1. And of course, the history between these two. Lei'D Tapa, the associate of Gail Kim, assisting her in many victories over the past several months. But that relationship, absolutely history, JB.
It is history, and you have to know that while Gail Kim can't compete with the size, can't compete with the strength, the power of Lei'D Tapa, however, where Gail Kim has the experience has the advantage is the experience, Mike. And as we see right now, when you're in the ring with somebody the size of Tapa, you can have all the experience in the world, but you flat out overpowered. There's not much you can do.
And when you think back and you look at that matchup that they had recently on Impact Wrestling, that was the story that we all witnessed. The Amazon, the power advantage that Lei'D Tapa brings, she was able to exploit it up to a certain point, just like we're seeing here tonight on Xplosion. But in the end, it was that experience edge of Gail Kim that prevailed. We'll see what happens tonight. The return match here on Xplosion.
Such a great matchup here, and of course every week out on Xplosion. And look at this, Lei'D Tapa taking it to Gail Kim. And Tapa has just been relentless, but at the same time, Gail Kim, look at the opponents that she has left. Her dust as she climbs to the top of the rankings, and certainly still looking to get that Knockouts championship away from Madison Rayne.
We're going to see if Gail Kim, who tried a kick or two to the legs of Lei'D Tapa, if she's going to follow up on that kind of offense. Because what we saw in the match on Impact Wrestling was Gail trying to take the much larger, much taller Lei'D Tapa down to the mat, make her the same size, and then try and attack her with offensive moves. We'll see if that's the same game plan, the same strategy for Gail, able to drop down and hop all the way out to the floor.
This matchup between the TNA Knockouts, Gail Kim and Lei'D Tapa, will continue when we return on Xplosion. We are back. This is Xplosion exclusive action. It's Lei'D Tapa. It's Gail Kim, TNA Knockouts going at it. And certainly during the break, we saw the dominance of Lei'D Tapa on display.
Yeah, now Lei'D Tapa is going to try and get back inside the ring and try and put Gail Kim away. How huge would this be for the career of Lei'D Tapa going forward if she's able to put that win over Gail Kim on her resume? And this is the strategy that we anticipated before the commercial break. Gail's ability to get Lei'D Tapa down on the mat. And now, we're going to go figure 4 leg lock. How about that?
We have seen Gail Kim perform this submission maneuver before on many opponents, but I dare say, Mike, nobody with the tree trunks, the size, the legs of Lei'D Tapa, and she has it applied in the center of the ring.
Ring positioning is great for Gail Kim. So many times we've seen her use that figure 4, wrapping her opponent's legs around the steel post, the ring post. This time, she's got Lei'D Tapa with the submission move. Of course, Lei'D Tapa going to try and position herself, going to try and get towards the rope, so close, just an inch or 2 away, reaches and grabs and gets the rope break.
You got to think too, Mike, at this point in the matchup, while Gail Kim taught Lei'D Tapa many things out of her playbook, she didn't teach her everything, and Gail Kim still with plenty of tricks up her sleeve. But the question is, can she compete with somebody the size of Tapa? And right now, laying those boots into the ropes now, does not connect. And Wow, look at that. Tries to pick up Tapa. Probably a bad move. Probably a bad idea. Look at that. Tapa just rains down on the back of the neck with an elbow on Gail Kim.
And if you are Lei'D Tapa, you always have to be aware of the signature moves of Gail Kim, including Eat Defeat, the one that was the difference maker in the recent matchup on Impact Wrestling. Check that out. The jawbreaker from Gail. Going to go full speed into the corner. Just throws her body at Tapa, who caught her, gut wrenches her up to her shoulder.
Wow. Tapa had that scouted. However, Gail Kim slips over now, trying to take her down for a sunset flip. Think again, Gail Kim just too much. Too much of Tapa to try and get over. Now rakes the eyes. A strong way that Tapa really was able to forecast that maneuver coming in from Gail Kim, but not able to put the exclamation point on the end of that sentence. Gail Kim able to recover now in the driver's seat.
Series of strikes in the corner by Gail. Going to try and follow up the edge that she has, but again, here comes the power game of Tapa. Wow, rocked her. Back-to-back headbutts. And a third.
Picks up Gail Kim and scoops body slam, and Tapa now looks to be in control. Can she maximize this momentum? Goes for a very lazy, nonchalant cover, and that may be the inexperience. You can't take out Gail Kim with something like that. A pick leg drop
that might do it.
It doesn't go for the cover. Got to question that as well, especially with the momentum she had going in. Now climbing to the second rope.
Uh-oh, trouble for Gail here. If Tapa connects with this could be the victory that she brags about the rest of her career. Oh, Gail got the boot up.
And now looking to capitalize
Here
once
comes,
again.
Here comes.
Eat defeat on Lei'D Tapa. Here's a cover. 1, 2, and Gail Kim gets the win.
Your winner, Gail Kim!
Well, superiority proven once again. Back-to-back wins for Gail Kim over her former associate, Lei'D Tapa. Check this out. Waving goodbye to Lei'D Tapa.
Well, certainly with that victory, Gail Kim in the driver's seat. Look out, Madison Rayne. Look out, Knockouts Championship. Gail Kim, your winner on Xplosion.